Alright, chess fanatics, buckle up because today we're diving into a gem from the legend himself, Bobby Fischer. We're not talking about his later dominance. We're going back to 1957, when a young Fischer, barely a teenager, was already showing the world glimpses of the genius that would forever change the game. He's facing Angelo Sandrin, and even at this age, Fischer's killer instinct is already razor-sharp. The game kicks off with a calm, positional setup. Fischer, playing white, goes for a flexible Nf3 and G3, a King's Indian attack structure, looking to control the center from afar. Sandrin mirrors with a solid Nf6 and B6, developing his bishop to B7, playing a relatively quiet English-like setup. Both players are feeling each other out, establishing their pieces, a classic chess opening where precision is key. No fireworks yet, just the subtle dance of strategic positioning. Fischer castles kingside, securing his king, and then pushes e4, challenging Sandrin right in the center. Sandrin responds with e5, meeting the central thrust head-on, creating a symmetrical pawn structure. It's a battle for central control, slow and deliberate, or so it seems. But then, something shifts. Fischer executes a brilliant exchange sequence in the center with exd5, capturing a pawn, and when Sandrin's knight lands on b4, attacking the c2 pawn, Fischer doesn't flinch. He plays the audacious next 5, sacrificing a piece, but with a clear plan. Sandrin takes back with next 5, and now Fischer unveils the power of his bishop, snatching the dark-squared bishop on b7. Sandrin retreats his rook, but the damage is done. Fischer's bishops are now poised, and his position is gaining momentum. Sandrin tries to simplify by trading queens, going qxd3 and then qxd3, but this is the critical error. He snatches a pawn, yes, but he leaves his king exposed, and more importantly, he trades away his most powerful piece when his king's safety is paramount and Fischer's pieces are perfectly coordinated. He's walked right into Fischer's trap, giving up the bishop pair and material for a temporary pawn gain. Fischer has his targets locked. Fischer, ever the opportunist, doesn't hesitate. He immediately recovers the pawn on d3 with his knight, and now he's up a full piece. A rook for a knight. This is where Fischer shines. He doesn't just have an advantage. He knows exactly how to convert it. He brings his rooks into play, exchanging pieces to simplify, which only magnifies his material advantage. Sandrin fights valiantly, but it's a losing battle. Fischer pushes his pawns on the queen side with c5 and b4, relentlessly creating passed pawns. His king comes to the center, supporting the advance. Sandrin's king is forced to dance around, trying to block the inevitable. Fischer's methodical march continues, piece by piece, pawn by pawn. He secures his king, improves his pawn structure, and then, with surgical precision, he begins to advance his kingside pawns. The h-pawn becomes a monster, marching up the board. Sandrin's position collapses under the relentless pressure. Fischer's technique in this endgame is a masterclass in conversion. He's up a rook, and he squeezes every last drop out of that advantage, patiently, powerfully, until Sandrin has no choice but to resign. A clean, decisive victory from a young prodigy who was already playing like a seasoned grandmaster. What a game. If you loved seeing Fischer's early brilliance, smash that like button, subscribe for more epic chess content, and tell me in the comments, what's your favorite Fischer game from his younger days? Hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive.